Now, in the face of acute youth unemployment, creative and cultural jobs represent a promising avenue for forging more inclusive as well as resilient growth. To fight youth unemployment in South Africa, the Gauteng Film Commission has embarked on a campaign to raise awareness about various career opportunities in the art industry. Let's now speak to Tumi Lebaka, who is the Gauteng Film Commission's Chief Executive Officer. Good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time. Tumi, I mean, youth unemployment again, gone up, and really this is no longer a ticking time bomb. It's a time bomb that really, one would say has exploded. But you are saying that the creative economy may be an industry that some young people can explore. Tell us more.
Well, the creative industry has been marked as one of the sectors that can create more jobs. And it is therefore important for agencies like the Gauteng Film Commission to have and implement programs that enable the youth to be able to get into the sector. And this we do by engaging both the established and the emerging filmmakers together as a way of skills transfer, but also as a way of taking our emerging filmmakers into the field so that they understand the know-how. But we also adding an important element, which is what we call enterprise development. So through our master classes, we don't just skill the various youth, but we giving away equipment through our partnership with the Empower With program. And these equipment are of high quality that enable the various youth SMEs, emerging filmmakers to be able to take quality productions in the various scripts that they have. This enables them to take the product to the various platforms, thus creating jobs.
And when you look at, that very point, right, because there is, of course, access that is a huge issue. And some say that this is an industry that, there is no financial stability. Some struggle to find clients as well as a consistent income. How do you prepare them for the reality?
So what we have realized is, yes, there may be the instability in the industry. And we are now starting to look into what we call the business of film. How can you sustain yourself as an SME? Because we find that most productions will hold on to one film, whereas there are various other activations, partnering with more established production companies, placing yourself as a skill for international filmmakers that are coming to shoot movies in South Africa, because we know that part of what the film industry has is a number of internationals coming to shoot in our country and in our province. So we are preparing them to be able to tap into the various gigs that do come from time to time, therefore creating sustainability. Them being able to also tap into the ad industry where these skills are required from a production point of view. And you would have noticed that there's a growing podcasting in our country, TikTok and so forth. This becomes enablers for productions to start engaging with what is needed in the industry and in the current country at the moment.
And one would ask then, how do you pick those who get to be part of the masterclass?
So what we do is we have partnered with the Empower Youth through their database. We do have our social network, digital, where we are advertising for those who have primarily been in film schools or who have an interest to be able to submit their applications. We also have a competition that we are currently running where 3 eligible emerging filmmakers will be able to get equipment. So there is access and a clear criteria that enables the youth to come and access opportunities.
So you speak about the criteria because that always becomes, one of the issues that maybe some young people would say maybe we don't qualify. Is this open to everybody, or are you looking for a specific young person to apply?
Well, this is open to, it must be youth who are in the creative sector, It can be graduates, it can be people with one form of experience or another, because also we want to look into the youth with interest and who can contribute in the industry. So that becomes our primary criteria in being able to access the opportunities. And this is just the beginning, because as the coming weeks come, we will be announcing other fantastic offers that will also lead into international collaboration with the youth. So we do encourage our youth to be part of our database, to apply for opportunities, also from a fairness and a transparency point of view.
And when you're conducting this masterclass, because of course one would say it's one thing to get information, but at the same time you also need to be taught how to pitch, because the perfect pitch is what could also land you that account. And I suppose sometimes that also becomes central to why some of these stories never make it to air.
Indeed, that's a very interesting point that you're raising, because we find that a lot of creatives are creative in nature, but they don't know how to pitch their proposal. And this is what we are now focusing on. How can you pitch your proposal to the various broadcast platforms? But also, how do you make your product to be commercially viable? Because the platforms need something that is commercially viable. So we cover all of that. And in addition, we're also talking about how do you therefore use AI to enhance your productions, but also to reduce costs. So these master classes are critical and key in developing, but also in giving practical experiences to the youth.
And quite critical indeed. Tumi, thank you so much for your time this evening. Appreciate it. That was Tumi Lebaka, who's the Gauteng Film Commission's Chief Executive Officer.